Welcome to Carnival Cruise Line. This is the TA portal that you'll be able to do your Carnival training, send out Carnival quotes, and book your clients on their next Carnival vacation. The website that you're going to go to is goccl.com, and I've already provided your username and password, so you're going to use that to access it. We're going to go ahead and sign in. Everything's pretty self-explanatory here, but I just kind of wanted to show you where everything is so that you're not coming in here blind, all right? So recently Carnival rebooted their training and their agent rewards, so that's something that is going to be a little bit more foreign to me and the trainers. We're working on it as you guys are working on it, so keep that in mind when you ask us some questions about Carnival's new training system. All right. So when you signed in to GoCCL, you used your username and your password that I provided you. When you go to the training overview, you're going to go to Carnival Passport, which is a place where the job aids, tutorials, webinars, they have some games for you to play, are all going to be on your passport. Well, when you click on the link, it's going to have a place for your username and your password, and also if you've not registered, register now. This is not going to be your username and password that you logged into GoCCL. You're going to need to register a separate account for your passport. Great. Take some time, dive into your training, go over to the agent rewards, see what Carnival has to offer you there. And then this is going to be a place for you to really be and download the logos, images, videos. You can go to Carnival's YouTube channel. This is really going to help you in marketing Carnival and the product. You can order your collateral. We spoke about collateral a few days ago. You can download the flyers and e-brochures. This is really a great resource. Okay? Now, when you're going to book a Carnival cruise or make a quote, you're going to go to booking. Now, think to yourself, is this an individual stateroom or is this a group stateroom? Most of the time, you're going to be booking an individual stateroom. All right. And this is going to be a little different than the consumer Carnival site. We're just going to put a date range. So let's say the client wants to travel next February or March. So we're just going to leave that 30 days open in the range. They definitely know they want to go to the Bahamas, and they just want to go for 2 to 5 days. I know that there's 2 travelers. I leave everything else blank because that way you can add in the state of residency or their VIFP club numbers or their different rate codes at a later time. This is going to give you more options up front. Okay, so that's all I enter before I hit search. And this is going to give you all of the sailings from February 20th to March 22nd. We selected that the client wanted to go to the Bahamas, so all of these itineraries visit the Bahamas. Right here, you're going to see the sail date, the departure port, how many days the cruise is, the destination, the ship, and then right here is the category that has this rate. So this isn't really as important because you're going to see all the different categories and the rates that are available on the next page. If you just want to see what the itinerary is, let's see, Charleston, South Carolina, 5 nights or 5 days. Let's click on the Bahamas, and it shows you the itinerary. They have their fun day at sea is first, followed by Freeport, Princess Keys, which is their private island, another fun day at sea, and then back to Charleston. That is how you find the itinerary. If you'd like to find more information about the ship, click on the ship. It's going to give you a little overview about the ship. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and choose the Charleston, South Carolina cruise for our client. So we're going to select. And the client's already let me know that they do not want the inside quarters, but they do want either an ocean view or balcony, whatever they can find. So the next page is going to take you to the different rate codes and the promos that are out right now for that sailing. as you see, Fun Select is the promo that's going on right now. And if you're curious about what exactly this code stands for, what that includes, you click on the code and it's going to kind of tell you the terms, the restrictions, and all of that. Now, we will go back there. There is a place for you to research all the promotions that Carnival is offering at that time. So for here, the tariff rates, this is going to be like your rack rate. I have never had to quote a client on this. There's always something better out there, okay? So there's a couple things going on here. The Fun Select is going to start at $5.19. The Early Saver, which is a non-refundable deposit rate. So if you choose Early Saver, it's most of the time going to be the cheapest, but the deposit is non-refundable. So keep that in mind when you're quoting your clients. Now this is all stuff that you will learn in your training, okay? But my client is okay with that. We're going to go ahead and select Early Saver. Here's where you choose the category of the stateroom. So like I said, they want ocean view or balcony. Ocean view is going to keep them between $400 and $500 a person, whereas balcony is pushing $800. So we're going to go ahead and stick with ocean view. Now, the numbers and the letters in the stateroom categories, that signifies different locations on the ship, different layouts. So you're going to want to research those unless your client has something in particular that they're requesting. All right, so we're gonna pick this one and to do a quick quote. So if you're just trying to find numbers for your client, you want to build an itinerary, but for right now we just want to see what is going to be within their budget. You can click on quick quote and it's going to take you here. There's guest 1, guest 2, their miscellaneous charges, and this is basically taxes, fees, and port expenses, the amount that they will be paying, and the amount per person, okay? Now, oftentimes when I'm doing a quote, I'm going to go ahead and add the gratuity and add the vacation protection up front, because that way you can present the total to the client that this is everything. This includes your on-ship gratuities, this includes travel protection. Now, if you want to take those off, we can see a different number, okay? So I add travel protection for everyone in the party. And when it comes, and this is something we'll talk about separately, but when it comes to cruising, you always want to push the travel insurance because, you know, the high seas are unpredictable. You never know when there's going to be a storm, a hurricane, or something preventing them from getting to the port. When it comes to, for example, Disney, and they miss their flight, you know, we can work with Disney. They still need to have travel insurance, but we can work with Disney and we can work with their itinerary to try to make the most out of their vacation and save that time. Okay, when the cruise pulls out, the cruise pulls out. So if they have missed their flight, they've missed their cruise and they've missed their vacation. So it's very important to have that travel insurance, okay? On this quick quote, if you're a little curious about what the commission might be coming in, you can change to agent view and you can see that commission. All right, change back to guest view. Everything looks good. The deposit amount is going to be $430, and that's due about 48 hours after you're doing the quote. So if your client wants to go ahead and book it, we can book it for them and then come back and apply that deposit within 48 hours, okay? The final payment is then due. It has the final payment due date right here. I'm 100% sure that all of these staterooms are non-smoking. Smoking is prohibited. Some cruise ships have designated smoking sections, so make sure that your clients that do smoke are aware of that. All right, so we're going to move on. This is where you enter in the client's information. It's going to give you an opportunity to upsell. So if your client, like mine, was considering ocean view or balcony, not really sure, we can go ahead and say, okay, so here's your price, $444 per person. with ocean view. If you wanted to go ahead and upgrade to the balcony, instead of giving them that total price that was almost $800, breaking it down for them it's only $51 per person per day for a balcony room is going to be a little bit more digestible than the almost $800 price tag. So let's just go ahead and say no thank you for now. Alrighty. So if they're traveling alone, they don't need a connecting stateroom. Right. This is where you choose options like where do they want to be on the ship? Do they want to be starboard? Do they want to be portside? Do they want to be midship, aft, or stern? Right. If the client honestly doesn't care, I would just let them know the options, and they're going to say, well, which do you prefer? And again, you're going to learn this in your training. Aft is normally a little bit cheaper than the stern, but it's also a little choppier. So if your clients are prone to seasickness, I would put them in midship. Okay? So let's go ahead and select that. This is where we add the client information. Dining request. On Carnival Cruise Line, there are 3 options for dining. There's early dining, late dining, and your time dining, which means that you can show up anytime between 5:45 and 9:30. I honestly, unless your client has little children that need to be in bed, I would always suggest the clients picking your time. Okay? And we've already decided that we want to go ahead and add gratuities. So I didn't put the information there, so I can't save and continue. But once you confirm the reservation, it's not going to ask you for payment right now. Like I said, you can apply payment within the next 48 hours, but it's going to give you a confirmation number. It's going to give you an option to send a confirmation, an agency confirmation to yourself and the agency, as well as a guest confirmation to yourself, the agency, and there's a place to put the guest email in there. Okay? One great thing about Carnival, when you go to make the payment, it asks you if the client would like to save the credit confirmation, which is such a time saver for you and the client. Because if you save the credit card information in Carnival system, all you see are the last 4 digits of their credit card number. And when it's time to make payments, they can call you up and say, hey, I want to make a payment. You hop on, you click the credit card, it processes the payment, done. I love that about Carnival. Okay, let's go back to Go CCL. That was kind of how you make a reservation with Carnival. Okay. To retrieve your reservation, you're going to go to Manage Bookings. And since that was an individual booking, you're going to go to Individual Staterooms. What I was talking about earlier, there is a place to learn more about the rates and promotions that are going on right now. All right. And again, the more that you play around with this, the more that you're going to learn. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And happy booking!